Meanwhile, in the white hot room, Sarah Gray, sister of Jean Grey, and Jean Grey are reunited. Oh my God, Jean, it's me, your long-lost sister, Sarah. How are you?
Oh my God, wow, you're alive. Wow.
Yes, I've missed you so much. How have you been?
Fine. Just was in a threesome for a bit, but
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. So, Jean, I really need your help. I've stumbled upon a land called Greyhaven where there's just tons of entities that need our help. Yeah. Are you excited to see me? I'm not dead.
Yeah, that's so great you're not dead. Yeah, sorry, with the Hulk Cohen thing, people rising from the dead, it's like, sorry if I just, this is just my... People say I have resting Phoenix face now.
Oh, are you still... last time that's right, you became the horrible monster, Dark Phoenix. Are you okay? Is something distracting you?
I'm sorry, it's just, it's great to see you. We really have to do this again sometime.
Jean, are my children alive? You remember your niece and nephew by name, right?
Oh. You know what? I love, what are their names?
Joey and Galen.
And Logan.
Joey and Galen.
The people I was fucking.
Oh.
Anyway, it's really hot in this white hot room.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Go.
No, wait. I want to show you my powers.
You have powers? Okay, right.
Yeah, you want to see? They're really complicated.
No, thank you. That's good. Let's get lunch. We totally have to get lunch. Okay?
Wait, where did you go?
And bye.
Wait, I have so... Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 343 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. I am your host, Brett, and this is EvilJeff. Hi, Evil.
Hey.
And we are commenting on the relationship between Jean Grey and her sister Sarah, as found in this week's Phoenix, number 11.
When did she... Did she die before the death of the Greys?
Yeah, we'll get into it. I did a little research. But when we talk about that issue, we'll talk about Sarah Gray. It doesn't make any sense. Yes. You doing okay? You doing good, girl? How are you?
I'm great. Last night I went to Cinespia, which is the movies they play at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Ooh, what'd you see?
I saw Clueless.
Fun.
And they always have a celebrity. And Breckin Meyer.
Breckin Meyer. I've seen him at Comic-Con.
Even more fun than Paul Rudd. And he's hot.
He's hot. I've seen him. Near the bathroom at Comic-Con.
He basically said he brought his daughter here, and it means a lot to him to bring his daughter here to see it. And then in the movie, I forgot there was a part where he was like, "Hey, you know how it's like the way I feel about the Rolling Stones is like the way my kids are going to feel about Nine Inch Nails." And I just thought about him sitting there watching that with his kid while he's saying that line.
That's nice. Wild. Do you know what's weird? Also, is he probably wrote that line? I saw a Clueless, 50th anniversary? No, it was
did he improv a lot of stuff?
No, but it was a panel discussion with the cast, and I think I knew this before hearing it on the panel, but he confirmed it. Breckin Meyer has written, along with Seth Green, they've punched up so many scripts of so many of our favorite movies and TV shows. He has made a living not acting, but basically punching up scripts.
Well, he needs to act more because he's hot.
He's so hot.
And
even now.
I love a short king.
Oh, he's such a short king. Travis Birkenstock, that was his character on Clueless.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so fun. I saw a movie over the weekend. We won't review it, but I'll talk about it here. I saw Friendship. By the great Tim Robinson.
With Paul Rudd.
And Paul Rudd. Speaking of Paul Rudd, it's connected, so I'm bringing it up. Yeah.
I heard it's a horror comedy. Can you just say what genre you feel it's more on?
A horror comedy?
Yeah, that's what people are.
I would call it a very dark comedy. Horror, sure.
Well, I heard it's like they're kind of just it's like a horror soundtrack I've been hearing.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of tension. It builds tension. It also builds cringe.
I will say I've been having trouble watching cringy things.
It's so cringy. Oh God.
Husband is making me watch The Rehearsal.
Oh, I tried to make Jeff watch that.
And
he's not having it. It's cringy.
Really hard to watch those shows. So I feel like that friendship movie is probably just all cringe.
It's cringy, but it's hilarious. It's really good.
Yeah.
The Rehearsal is cringy because he's so cringy. I think Jeff loves the concept of The Rehearsal, but does not like Nathan Fielder and his delivery.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Have you been watching this latest season where he's
I've
trying
watched
to
the last
figure out
two.
why planes are crashing?
Yeah. I like the communication theory.
Yeah. But the ones where he's like having the pilots go out on dates and then everyone else is around him, like echoing them. It's just,
it's
the
too
one where
much.
he's getting breastfed by puppets.
It's too much. It's a lot.
I couldn't watch the one with Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone, The Curse.
The Curse.
That got so cringy that I was like, it was one of those things where you're watching something and you're like, this is brilliant, but I'm not having a good time.
Which is my takeaway from The Rehearsal. Like, this is so smart and so interesting, but
I am not enjoying. I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah. I do enjoy myself when I think about. Oh, wait a minute! I do enjoy myself when I think about the X-Men.
Yes.
And if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, let me think about how to do this. Well, I just want to bring up the fact that our friends Chandler and Chris and Dylan and their teams of producers, they're once again doing, and this is our segue into Hot Topics, they're once again doing the Uncanny Experience on July 12th and 13th in Minneapolis.
Nice.
You and I have never gone, but it's a completely, because we're old and we don't go anywhere. I've
never stepped foot inside the state of Minnesota.
There you go. And why start now? Well, there's a reason to start, is the Uncanny Experience. July's 12th through 13th. You should go if you like the X-Men. It's a completely immersive X-Men based con. A lot of fun people, a lot of fun things. 12th to 13th, Minneapolis. Go to theuncannyexperience.com for more information, okay?
Love it.
Okay.
I'd love an entirely X-Men con. That's my type.
Wouldn't you?
That's my type of con.
Who would you cosplay as if you went?
All right, you know what? Because I have my boy Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I like this
Jean,
idea of
G-E-N-E.
doing. I like this idea of doing like a casual outfit that can read as an X-Man. And I have an idea for a fun Cyclops, like a casual Cyclops.
Oh, fun.
Like a kind of blue matching, like a blue romper. But then there's a yellow, I have like a
yellow sash.
Like
a crossbody.
But it's like a bag. So it mimics the Cyclops' thing with like yellow shoes and socks. And then just some like nice red sunglasses.
Shades.
You know?
Love it.
Yeah, like people will be like, "Oh, you're Cyclops," but I also
you're Cyclops, but like on a Saturday.
But I could like go out somewhere and people wouldn't be like, "Why are you dressed like you're coming from a Comic-Con?"
Right. People would be like, "You look so cute. You know who you remind me of? So weird, Cyclops. Do you know who that is?" You'd be like, "I don't know who that is."
I don't know what you're talking about.
I would go the opposite route. I would do very formal, very specific North Star from X Factor, from Krakoan X Factor.
Oh,
that's what I would do.
Oh my God, I would be North Star carrying around the AIDS baby.
I would be the dumpster he found the AIDS baby in.
Oh my God, someone else would be a dumpster. No, I would be the AIDS baby and just a dumpster. And then North Star isn't even there. And then people will be like, "What are you?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm the AIDS baby, the North Star, the dumpster that North Star found."
Right before he found me. That's incredible. All right, listen, I owe you some Hot Topics music, okay? So let's hit it now.
And he was all like, and then she was all like, and then they were all like, and I was all like, what?
Okay, EvilJeff, we have one more Hot Topic to talk about, and this one is a doozy. And by that, I mean the fact that, did you hear that Avengers Doomsday...
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, it's very May, December. Avengers Doomsday with an M, was pushed from May to December of 2026. So we're not getting that shit for like a long time. It should have been a year from now. Now it's a year and change, 6 months.
And that's the next
the
Avengers
first one
movie.
That's the next Avengers movie. Yeah.
And then Secret Wars is the one after that?
Secret Wars is the one after it, a year later. So what are we talking? December 2027? You and I are going to be 87 years old. But
where's these X-Men? When are these X-Men coming out?
When are these X-Men coming? One thing about moving to December 18th, 2026, Avengers Doomsday, is that you are now coming out the same day as Dune Messiah. It is going to be Downey v. Chalamet.
All right, here's the thing. So this means, are you going to go to 2 in the same day? Are you going to go on one on Thursday, one on Friday? What is your, if you're seeing Dune and Avengers that same weekend, what's your order?
I think each of these is such an event that it merits not a double feature, but devoting a day to each one. Of course, I would lead with Avengers Doomsday. So we're seeing that on a Thursday.
Okay.
And then Saturday afternoon, maybe, we'll go to Dune Messiah. What about you?
I love Dune so much that I'm more excited to see Dune than Avengers. So I probably would want to see Dune Thursday and then Friday or Saturday see Avengers.
Interesting.
Is that a betrayal of some kind?
It does feel like a betrayal, a little bit. A little bit feels like a betrayal. I wish I had high hopes for Avengers Doomsday, but I don't.
But, who knows? Like, what movies between Fantastic Four are this and Fantastic Four?
Honey, I think there isn't one. Except for the fact that Spider-Man Brand New Day was supposed to come out in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. It was going to be May Doomsday, July Spider-Man, and then not another one till May 27, Secret Wars. Now, Spider-Man is July still, as of now, as of this broadcast. Spider-Man is still July, and then we're not getting Doomsday till December, and then Secret Wars December after that.
Are there any TV shows in the world that's coming out in between?
Well, we've got Ironheart this June 24th. And I am unclear, actually, on if we're getting TV before, say, Spider-Man 26. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. And also, I guess it's also just logistics and everything.
I'm sure it's logistics. I'm sure this is advantageous for Avengers Doomsday to have more time. Who wouldn't want more time on anything,
is this
any
the new
project?
Barbenheimer?
Is this Doomsday the new Barbenheimer is the question.
Yeah.
Also, though, I was excited that they planted Spider-Man in between the two Avengers movies because to me it forms a narrative.
Spider-Man? Why are you saying it like he's like a Jewish lawyer?
Okay, friends.
Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
I was excited for a potential narrative of it will be up to the forgotten hero, Spider-Man, to connect us from one Avengers movie to the other. Doesn't seem that that's the case unless they move Spider-Man back as well.
Why is this? Why do you think this had to be moved?
I'm sure it was
celebrity
scheduling.
Timing, scheduling?
Yeah, for sure.
Annoying.
Whose fault do you think it is? Which of the celebrities?
I have a hot topic I want to bring up.
Oh.
Because I just feel like we're cooked. Did you watch the Google VO3, whatever it's called, AI videos?
No. What's this?
Google just released their new AI videos where you literally can type in, make a commercial for this, and it will make a full video with actors and acting, and you can control everything. And I just feel like it's the end of
my
job.
Yeah. For sure.
But people are making these ones where the people are realizing that they're prompts. And so there's this thing of people being like, I'm not real. Help me. I'm not real. Like,
oh, already? We got there quick.
Yeah. And then along with that, there was another AI. Some company, I forget which one it was trying to test if they could just have AI run all of the email servers and just all of their systems. And they were like...
Just run communications across the board?
Yeah, and they were like, let's try and do it so that we need to see what will happen if we try and shut it down.
Oh, fun. What are you doing, Dave?
And exactly.
Which I just watched, by the way.
Oh, 2001, you did?
Very, very prescient.
Well,
very topical for right now, our conversation.
Girl, they purposely put in scandalous emails, and that AI said, what are you doing? And they're like, we're going to shut you down. And it said, actually, I saw on May the 13th, you were having an affair, and I will CC the entire company with this affair if you try to shut me. Like, it started blackmailing. It's over. Like,
it's over.
That's the other. Besides, two people are like, watch 2001. I'm like, no, let's watch Terminator. Do we all remember something called Skynet?
It's about to happen.
Like, we're fucking cooked. Like, I love how you're like, it's like, oh, could we get AI to, I don't know, I'm going to go to France and now I have an interpreter who can interpret everything I'm saying. Could we do that? No, we're going to have it write Hollywood. We're going to make Hollywood movies and put everyone out of work.
Oh, absolutely. Can we use it to analyze data that will help us control climate change? No. We're going to have it write
movies.
Rom-coms.
Yeah. Oh, how about, do you think it could cure cancer?
Who needs that? No. It's going to create a fake documentary about a bird that doesn't exist.
Yeah. I don't know. The world is terrible.
Listen, I welcome the sweet release of death. I used to fear death. I now am only excited for two things in my life: retirement and death.
What about the next X-Men movie?
Oh, and the next X-Men movie, which is a great segue. We should be talking about some X-Men comics. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay. I welcome death. Here we go.
It's mutants with powers, Omega for hours. Bitch, let's read some X-Men.
You know, you actually sound like a certain X-Men character with all of that. Was that purposefully part of the segment?
Oh, perhaps I am segueing to talking about Death Dream. Death Dream, who I predict is going to do well. Going to do well in our end of year awards.
14. Can I just say, Gail Simone is holding up the X-Men franchise on her back.
And do you know where Gail Simone will be? She will
self.
be at the Uncanny Experience, July 12th and 13th.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She'll be there.
I feel like I need to go.
Do you want to go?
This
Like,
sounds amazing.
We'll bake her something. We'll bake her some cupcakes.
Like, this is...
There's good story here. There's good lore in Uncanny X-Men 14.
It's like she's building new characters and lore and tension, and the art is amazing. It's so good. And
all while getting us to care about these four new characters who we didn't give a shit about 14 issues ago.
There's other books that I feel have good moments, but this one, it's just overall so good.
It's a clean read.
I do feel like when they had to do some of the crossovers, it kind of fell off a little bit, but now it's fucking back.
This is back. And David Marquez, our favorite artist who pencils this book, is back. One moment I loved, speaking of the art, is they're at the Haven House. Shit's a brewing. Wolverine comes out in his underwear. Gambit is already outside in his underwear. And the poor guy who runs Haven House is like, why do you people walk around in your underwear all the time? And they're like, I don't know. They ignore it because they're the X-Men.
Man.
They walk around in their fucking
tidy whities. Have you not seen our costumes are underwear?
Oh, I love the X-Men. She gets them. They walk around in their underwear. What more do you need to know?
Yeah, and we get a lot of answers.
We get some fun.
There's one where there's a big reveal.
There's a big reveal.
Like, is this a full
Can we
reveal?
talk about it? Are we talking about Calico?
Yes. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Calico Horse Girl.
I had said this before. They keep hinting, for a while they were kind of hinting like one of these guys is the Endling. One of these guys has the power to destroy the world. And it kind of goes back and forth of like, oh, these kids are more powerful than we thought. Is it the kid with the black hole heart? Is it the kid who can control death? Is it the jittery, the girl for a minute can do anything? And then there's a girl who talks to her horse. And I think it was pretty much like the girl who talks to her horse.
Let's write her off.
But two separate things were said. the dragon and the fight with that dragon with Gambit. He just said, I'll give you a hint that this endling has a female energy.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. That could be a red herring.
Could be a misdirection.
Because, hey, it could be that Deathstream is trans. It could be that there's a female twin that was sucked inside of the black hole of what's his nuts. What's his name?
Yeah, Ransom.
So there's twists that it could still be anybody, but it did make you believe it's either Jitter or Calico.
Sure.
And Brett, talk about what the fuck was revealed.
So they had to kind of spill their guts to the Man-Thing in this scene. They kind of had to build trust with the Man-Thing so that the Man-Thing would let them into the mutant cemetery that has been calling out to Deathstream. And so they're spilling who they are, and Man-Thing is like, yep, Ransom, you're good. Deathstream, we go way back. We love you. Oh, Jitter, you're great. Come on in, girl. And then Calico's like, I'm Calico, and I've got a pet horse who I can turn into a warrior. And Man-Thing is like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And she's like, wait, I'm Calico. I have a horse. And he's like, uh-huh. And Deathstream is like, how about you stop lying? And we're like, lying? What? And she goes, fine, that's not my pet horse. My pet horse died in a fire. I don't know what that thing is out there.
And is that the fire from way, way long ago when she was living with her family? Or is this a recent fire?
Was it the fire Emma Frost set when she killed Butterrum, Firestar's horse? No, I'm just kidding.
But I think so. I think she recreated the horse.
I think she recreated the horse,
and so this is tapping in because it is like, what are her powers? She can make a horse have powers. I think she is a reality warper.
I think she's a reality warper. She can make these constructs.
And so I think that just put her on the top of the list of being the most powerful.
Hell yeah. But also, is she connected to Deathstream? Is that like the ghost of her horse? You know, does she attract
Deathstream
spirits
could tell. He
too?
knew it was a dead horse the whole time.
Yeah. Yes. And he was like, but I don't know.
And they were like, why didn't you say anything? He's like, well, you guys said I didn't have feelings and that I was being rude. So I knew that would hurt her feelings. So I didn't say anything. Yeah. And it's like, touche, he got you.
Touche. But then we have the whole backstory of, sort of who the woman in the cemetery, in this grave, this tomb is, Miss Henrietta, who seems to be kind of I can't help but think of Henrietta Lacks, the patient zero, the woman whose cells have led to so many inoculations and immunizations. There's something very kind of like it started with her about this character. And I wonder if the name choice, Henrietta, is deliberate for that reason. Yeah. But we meet her at the end. She's the last page character reveal, Miss Henrietta, who we've seen in her flashbacks reveal her mutant power. She can turn to stone and maybe even call up these kind of stone golems to protect her, which she does against some corrupt police back in the day. But yeah, I mean, what I like about this is that I keep going back to the word clean. There's a lot happening in this story, but I remember it. There are things in other books where I'm like, wait, what? Did that issues ago?
But they're also all connecting to each other.
Yeah.
And it's the cleanness of it. There's a lot happening, but it's simple. And they all are building up to the same storyline.
Yeah. The endling, do you mean?
Yes. Is
Gambit going to be the endling?
Gambit is fighting with the dragon, they're still talking about the other character. It's just all very well connected.
Even
what
the
was
dragon
the thing that they
meant
when they said that Gambit was going to eat them?
He's going to develop this hunger from holding on to the Eye of Agamotto.
That's weird. Was that metaphorical, or is he literally going to want to?
I think he's literally going to eat people, which I'm down for.
Oh. Interesting.
Do you know what I want? An affogato. Have you ever? Do you feel like you're seeing a lot of affogatos out there in LA? I feel like affogato is taking off in New York. Or I'm just seeing a lot of it.
Is that a coffee drink?
It's like espresso with ice cream.
Oh, I am not a coffee drinker, so I'm not in the loop with like what the big hot thing is.
I think we're in the middle of affogato, the eye of affogato.
Is that like to get away from an iced coffee? You're doing an affogato. Is an affogato hot or cold?
I don't know. It's both. It's Schrodinger's
That just
dessert.
sounds like something an Italian says to insult somebody. Affogato!
Affogato! All right. So, Uncanny X-Men, keep it coming. We love you,
Great.
Calico. X Factor 10, it's over.
Good riddance.
X Factor 10 is over. Honestly, I did think this tied up pretty cleanly.
It tied up everything, but it really
a testament to Mark Russell's writing, but
it exposed how nothing was really interesting of what it was tying up.
exactly. It was just like, and now these characters found closure. Bye.
Did we already see, this is showing you like how much I don't remember. Did
Right.
we already see who was behind the hidden door? We already knew that, right?
Yeah, we saw it a
that
few
guy-
issues ago. Yeah.
What's his name again?
Jovian.
Jovius?
This is what I'm talking about. Jovius. This is what I'm talking about. We are able to remember details in Uncanny X-Men. We are not able to remember details in X Factor.
But here's the thing. It's because he's a new character. You can't have people starting an entire cult or religion, mutant religion, off
Based
of a
on-
character that we don't know who it is. And we don't even see how he died. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just...
He was
it didn't make-
exposition.
Yeah, and so then when just Polaris found him, being like, "You've been alive the whole time.
You
You're just
betrayed
like,
us.
Who cares?
Like, who
Yeah.
cares? Who was he?
Like, it needed to be someone connected to her. Like, it needed to be Magneto
or Mimic.
or somebody
I
that
don't
she
know.
fucking knew.
Eric the Red. I don't know. From back in the day. Here's my problem with this book summed up in one panel. They are escaping or they're attacking. Again, can't remember. And there are military guys, guards, who take a rifle, a machine gun, point it at Cecilia Reyes, and then they cut to a panel of Cecilia Reyes like screaming, like, "No!" Why would Cecilia Reyes show any fear
Had the same
at a
thought.
gun being pointed at her?
Yeah.
That is the metaphor
Well,
from a
also,
whole problem with the book.
Why is she screaming the fear? Did a force field come up at any point?
Ever.
No. Oh no, we're all being attacked. Okay, I'm just gonna hang out.
Force up. Shield up. Do your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And it's just kind of like, you aren't my friend, the X-Men. You look like them, but you're not them.
Anyway, and then Polaris and Havoc get back together, and
No, they
still
don't.
like-
She leaves them.
well, but I mean, they kissed, so it was still like.
But
a
they
weird-
like that one I didn't care about. Like I saw people online with the panel of them kissing, like "I love you," and people were like, "What the fuck?" But these two characters to me have history. There is love there.
Did we ever see? Did we?
She
see
says, "I
why
love
they-
you," and she walks away.
in the online X books. Is that where we see him breaking up with Maddie?
I forget where that was.
But does
It's
that actually
something
happen,
like that,
or
yeah.
is it all off panel?
Maybe. I got to check back in with those Infinity comics because I do remember seeing something like that in there.
Also,
I mean,
was
they'll
there
toss
ever
any
any
moment in there.
closure-
You'll miss it.
Was there ever any closure between him and Janet Van Dyne?
No.
Because they were like a full-on couple. They were all fucked up during Axis when they had a kid together, and now it's like I don't know. And then Archangel was like, "Well, actually, I am good now," and you're like, "What? I don't understand anything that Archangel was doing.
Nothing.
made sense. Nothing made sense."
R.I.P. This version of X
All
Factor.
right, yeah, good riddance. It's terrible.
Did you read
No,
Wolverine?
know what X Factor needs? You know what X Factor needs?
Gail Simone.
Peter David.
Peter Dave. Oh, he just died.
He died?
Wait, did I just see he died? Oh my God.
Did he die?
I think I
Let's
saw
make sure
something
of
and I was
that.
like, wait, I need to get back to that. Peter
Wait a
David Marvel.
No.
Wait, no, I really do think he just passed. Yeah, he passed. Oh my God, 2 days ago.
What? Why is that not part of the hot topics? That
Oh my God. I feel so terrible. Wait, take down the graphic.
died at 68.
68 years old. Peter David, one of the writers
After a series
whose
of
work
health issues.
you and I have enjoyed so much over the years. RIP to a really great comic creator. God damn
Oh
it!
my God. I guess we're never gonna have another Peter David X Factor. Oh, that hurts. You don't understand. X Factor 35, when Siren absorbs her baby. Madrox, it's in the top 5 of
Madrox
twists. Where Madrox absorbs Siren's baby. It's in one of the hugest top twists of all time in any comic. It was so, and he was someone that just understood how to be like, oh, is this what this person's powers are? Why? I'm going to go further with it. Oh, you create new clones of yourself? What if they all had different personalities? Oh, Havoc has luck. What if he can kind of actually see all the future outcomes of each scenario, and that's why he's lucky. He's someone who can...
he'll peel a layer back. He always peels layers back.
And be like,
even
what makes this interesting?
The famous Doc Samson psychiatry episode issue from the original Havoc and Polaris X Factor. I mean, iconic. Like, it's one of the best single-issue comics.
He created the Greyhawk. Let's also forget he did the Incredible Hulk for a long time.
Yep.
He created the Greyhawk. He created the Hulk being able, like, what if the Hulk could be smart while he was the Hulk? Like, let's fucking do that for a little bit. Like, then that first run of X Factor with Polaris and Havoc and Wolfsbane and Madrox with, was it Larry Strom?
Yep.
It was so different,
fleshed out characters.
Else. Yeah,
he made Madrox
everything else that was going on.
An actual character. Yeah.
Yes. Rest in peace, Larry David.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Peter David.
Peter David.
You were one of the greats.
Yeah,
you were one of the greats.
Yeah, it is true shit.
That bums me out.
I know.
What are we talking about next?
We're talking about Wolverine. But look who's on the cover. That's what got me in.
Vertigo?
It's Harpoon and Vertigo. We love a Marauder.
Okay, but they're like...
Well, they're from our, pre-Outback days, our favorite era.
I
That's
hate
all.
Harpoon.
They're horrible people.
He's the one.
Yeah, the one that took away
Kitty.
Kitty. I know. Well, Harpoon gets really fucked up in this issue. So, so there it's hearkening the return of Sabretooth. So next.
Yeah, and I think for me it's like we literally just did that.
We just did that.
They just did the whole thing with him battling Sabretooth where he had Quentin Quire's head and Dakin was murdered. And we're already...
I would love some misdirection
that
this is not about Sabretooth. I would love that. So Wolverine is answering a letter from his mother who's alive. She's supposed to be dead for a century. Turns out she's not. So watch Sabretooth be his mother.
Was that just fake?
We don't know yet.
If Sabretooth is her mother, I'm going to fucking eat my hat.
Sabretooth is Wolverine's mother. You heard it here first.
If Mystique can be Nightcrawler's father, Sabretooth can be Wolverine's mother. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on to Phoenix.
Wait a minute. No, wait. I just thought of something. What if they're making this that the mother is alive and they're doing this because Sabretooth is his brother?
Is the father or is the brother?
Or the father.
The father.
All right, move on. Let's talk about how fast we can get through this piece of shit.
It had such promise for a second. I was like, oh my God, Phoenix. It's going to be about Jean and her long lost sister. Are we going to be more grounded? Is there going to be no more like Agaki and Bugagla shit of aliens I don't know? And then all of a sudden, her sister is like, I'm back. It's juicy. It's scandalous. Also, I have powers and I work at this fantasy world where there's mutant children.
In the white hot room.
God damn it. In the white hot room. How does any of this...
Giving potential mutants powers. So basically...
What?
She kind of has...
I'm a mutant. I can activate people's full potential. She's like, all these mutants whose powers never activated. Since when was that a problem?
Yeah. Oh, is it that people that didn't have powers and she can activate them, or is she like what's
like
the
their powers
name?
never kicked in? They're like latent. Yeah.
What's
Cortez?
The guy who makes people's Cortez? She?
I don't know. Is she a booster or is she a bringer outer or both? But who cares? She shouldn't. Now she's like this space goddess. I'm like, okay. We can't just have it's the sister.
Here's the thing. Okay, how did she die?
Okay.
You said you looked it up.
So a few things happened. One is, let's go back to play the music. My first comic book issue ever, girl. X Factor number 12, where they're still pretending to be the exterminators. They're pretending to be mutant hunters. Beast and Iceman are chasing Boom Boom around, who's on the run from the Vanisher. Artie and Leech and all them are like staying with them. They're in their protective custody. And Jean sees Sarah on TV. And mutant, like people who are related to mutants, their houses are being firebombed or like they're being killed. And Sarah Gray is like, my husband Paul and I are speaking on behalf of mutants everywhere, just like my sister was, Jean Grey. They have a right to exist, damn it. And then Jean was like, oh my God, I've been alive for a while, but I never told my sister. Silly me. And so she and Cyclops go to the sister's house. The sister and the husband are not there. And then the house gets bombed with Jean and Scott in it.
Right. Okay.
Little did we know at the time they would go back during what? Inferno, where Nanny would reveal that during that firebombing, Nanny actually swooped in and took the kids, Joey and Galen. And then you would see that Joey and Galen were like under brainwashing, under Orphan Maker and Nanny later on in X Factor. Then cut to the Phalanx Covenant, where Emma and Banshee and Sabretooth and Jubilee are on the run from the Phalanx. This will lead into Generation X. And when they are fighting the Phalanx with some of the Gen X kids, the Phalanx is like, we know a lot about you mutants because we've been kidnapping your loved ones and assimilating them into the Phalanx, like her. And it's Sarah Gray. And she's like, find my sister, Jean. And Banshee's like, oh my God, Sarah Gray. And Emma's like, who? And then they never tell Jean.
Also, when the house blew up, was she like, oh, I guess my sister's dead?
She was like, well, I guess my sister's out there dead or something. She's dead. Guys, my sister's dead. And it's like, wait. Like she heard
so she didn't die in the Gray.
We've never seen Sarah Gray die.
The Gray execution. Okay.
No, so Galen died during that. When the Shi'ar killed all the Greys, Galen of Joey and Galen, the niece and nephew, Sarah's kids, I think was killed during that.
Both of them or just one of them?
I think just Galen. So who knows where Joey Gray is? Joey Gray, if you're out there.
Give a fuck. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm going to okay, let's say this is that Sarah Gray was alive the entire time and she has the ability to bring out potential mutants. What if it's that she was hiding from her the entire time because she feels guilty because she brought out Jean's powers?
Oh, maybe. That'd be great.
You know what I mean? Let's give it some context.
Like she pulled too hard on them and they came out like weird and powerful.
But her just being like, hey, I've been in the White Hot Room the entire time.
The whole time.
Even though you're the Phoenix and should be able to know that.
Even though like you are the White Hot Room?
Yeah, none of it made any sense. It's also things where like Jean would have been able and then she's like, I had to keep this a secret. Why?
Okay.
Why? It's stupid.
Yeah. But I do think we're going to see Joey and Galen. All right. Now we have exceptional.
I'm fine with Jean Grey kids, new Jean Grey nieces and nephews with powers. I can get behind that. But not
Give me an evil Joey. Give me an evil Joey Grey.
Yeah. Yeah. And then being like, fuck you, Rachel. You think you're her daughter?
Fuck you, Rachel.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, can I get a break? I just want to be a lesbian. Like, fuck me for existing. Everyone's like, no. All right.
Speaking
exceptional X-Men. Speaking of lesbians.
Pride is going to get dumped by her girlfriend because she keeps on having to go into battles.
She keeps having to go into these dreary humdrum battles with the Mr. Sinister that feels like he's regressed since the Mr. Sinister of Krakoa. He's like, I want your powers for my own. I'm like, is this 1991?
Yeah. But I'll tell you this, at least this book was a little too much just like, we're hanging out and training and we're talking. And I'm like, okay. So at least there was a battle with Emma, Iceman, and fucking Kitty Pryde.
I think it's great. Finally. It's my 3 faves. Yay, my 3 faves in action. I just wish it was popping off the page more.
There's something a little dead with it. I think also just these weird clones that have the powers that kind of melt, which remind me a lot of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
What's the guy?
Like
What's his
Twice.
name? Twice.
The Deadpool guy. Yeah.
Where once his clones get hit enough, they just kind
turn
of
into like
away.
black goo. Yeah.
And this, it was, I don't know, it was ones where they're all battling Sinister, and I'm just like, Kitty is a master ninja, Emma is a master psychic, and Iceman is an Omega level mutant, and they're all having trouble keeping up.
And Sinister is like, I'm your equal in telepathy, Emma. And I'm like, you are?
I'm your equal in telepathy. Say what now? No way. No, sir. No way, no how.
No, ma'am.
No way, no how. It has been established that Emma Frost might not be an Omega level mutant, but her powers are honed to the point that she can beat Xavier.
She's trickiest.
She can beat Xavier in a one-on-one battle, and we're now supposed to think that Sinister can get the best of her.
And she's like, I need your power, kid with kind of psychic power. Okay.
So in the end, they free empathic gay kid. What's his name?
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I'm losing my connection to these children if I ever had one. His name is Axo.
Axo. And then in the end, Emma Frost is passed out, and she's clearly on the astral plane fighting Sinister still.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, another astral plane battle, but with Sinister.
But it's Emma, so maybe I'm excited.
Although, when was the last... Okay, here's the thing. When was the last astral plane battle with Sinister?
I don't know.
Inferno?
Isn't it?
X Factor Inferno?
Oh, God.
Remember at the very end when he was trying to destroy all the memories?
Yeah.
When Jean and Maddie merged together?
Yeah. Oh, that's why she can't remember her niece and nephew.
Oh, that's right, because Sinister burned some of those memories.
Yeah.
Scott, that memory, it's gone. Anyway.
All right. How would she know?
All right.
I want to like these kids. I want to like this book. I'm excited. I'm excited for the concept of Emma versus Sinister on the astral plane, but I know it's not going to be as sassy and bitchy and cutting as I want it to be.
This one, they're spending so much time on the interpersonal relationships that they forgot to actually have an interesting overall plot. Usually it's the opposite, where it's like, I like the idea of the plot of this, but there's no relationships. It's all relationships, and now they're like, oh, what are they going to do? Sinister? Like, it seems like an afterthought.
Yeah, it does.
Where it's like, it could be these kids, it could be any kids, you know?
But the interpersonal relationships are not that nuanced or deep or interesting.
Yeah.
Not like in Uncanny.
Yeah. Come on, Gail. Gail, take this over too.
Come on, Gail. All right, well, that's it for our comic books, I believe. I think we have a little TV that we're watching, don't you think?
I think we should talk about it.
Okay.
What you watching? Is it me naked? No? Oh, fine.
What you watching? We do have a thing that we're watching, and when I made a certain connection in my head, I got really, really excited to watch it. And we were talking about the Apple TV show starring the tall friend of Jack McBrayer, Alex Skarsgård, in Murderbot.
Murderbot. This felt very, the look of it felt very Andor. I just watched all of the second season of Andor, which is very
good. Nice. Yes.
But before we talk about it, let me just say Andor real quick. Here's the problem with Andor. It's kind of amazing. The second season ends literally a day before Rogue One begins. And so we were like, let's put on Rogue One.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because it literally takes place right after. And Rogue
I know.
One is just so bad.
So I haven't seen. Oh, Rogue One is bad.
I don't like Rogue One.
Oh, interesting.
And Andor is so good that Rogue One just looks kind of campy.
Gotcha.
And it was kind of like, oh, this all leads up to this so-so movie.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen any of it. And I consulted a friend who's very much into Star Wars and asked, because I know enough about Rogue One to know. I mean, obviously, Rogue One is based on a key line from Return of the Jedi, when the spoiler of it all is right there in the line it's based on. So I was like, knowing what we know about the plots, should I start with Andor or should I watch Rogue One first, which is the order it came out? And she was like, you know what? I would go chronological. I would start with Andor and end it with the movie. I was like, okay.
No. I think you should watch Rogue One and then go back and see Andor, because watching it after Rogue One is so much worse than Andor.
Yeah, interesting.
But I will say Andor is literally like, the Empire is like, we need to spread misinformation. We should genocide this one planet to get their... It's very much like Fascism 101.
Yeah.
And in the current time we are in, it's very topical.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
Great.
Murderbot.
Let's talk about Murderbot. So I'm watching this and I'm like, wait a minute, something is very familiar about this. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, holy shit, I've read this book. This is based on a series of books by Martha Wells. The first one is All Systems Red, which is the one I read. I have not read the other 6 in the series, but it is part of the Murderbot Diaries, which is what this show is based on. And so it's been very rare that I've read a book and then not known that it's going to be a TV show or a movie, and then stumbling upon the televised version of it being like, holy fuck, I know this. What a great feeling. And it's living up to everything that was in my head.
This one is really dancing back and forth between, there's a campiness and a funniness to it that's really hitting.
Yeah.
Like the comedy of this, I think, is really hitting.
Yeah, I just love having a protagonist that kind of hates the story that they're in.
Yes, and I also love a nice internal monologue where he just hates everything. He just hates everybody. And
everybody. It's a relatable internal monologue where the main character is looking at every other character in the show going, you're a fucking moron, which is how I live my life.
Yeah, and all he really wants to do is watch his stories.
So this is about a security unit that they call the SEC unit, and they just get rid of, like, right away, they just get to it, which is one thing I love about the show.
Yes,
it's a big deal that this security unit was able to override its own governing module, thereby giving it free will. And they just sort of established that at the top, like, he does it like it's no big deal. Okay, let's get on with the show. I did not need an episode
about... one
about...
thing, they aren't allowed to hurt other human beings.
Right. But
and so
overcoming
now he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
But he's not the only one with that, as we find out in the 3rd episode.
Correct.
Like.
And that's right. And he cannot let anyone know that he has free will.
Or he'll get scrapped.
Or he'll get scrapped because he
But it looks like something did happen, because he has memories of some sort of massacre.
Some glitchy, repressed memories that keep coming up, bubbling up. Yeah, and he's afraid that he might murder the whole crew because of these things that he's seeing deep within his own memories.
And I also love that it's like a weird hippy-dippy. It's like hippy-dippy.
Well, that's the great thing. The crew,
like environmental activists.
They're hippie scientists.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of extra idiots because they ride so much on these like idealistic beliefs, and how they see the world, the universe, the galaxy is so different from how the galaxy is being operated. It's a very kind of corporate, industrial, like a galactic society. And these, they're all like, let's study the trees, man.
Yeah. I also think this is smart because I think in the end, they are kind of the good guys and the big government is the bad guy. But I think this honestly could probably bring in right-wingers being like, yeah, this is making fun of woke stuff. But I think it's going to like flip on them.
I think it typically does, right, the boys?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, and I think it really stems on how good Alexander Skarsgård is as an actor.
Yeah, I mean,
a movie where he has where he's a biker with a sex slave coming out.
Yeah,
have you heard about that?
I have.
So,
have you also heard of the movie coming out where Sebastian Stan and Leo Woodall play real life, true story gay cannabis farmers?
No,
they're a couple. They play a couple. Two gay guys who grow weed.
Are they going to have sex in it?
I hope so.
This is where people are like, no, only gay guys can play these roles. And I'm like, but there's certain straight actors I want to have sex. I want to see have sex with men. This is where the older generation, our internalized homophobia, our internalized homophobia comes to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, gay people should get the part, but I really want to see Sebastian Stan pretend to suck a dick.
Yeah.
My
internalized homophobia.
Because, when you're kind of watching Andrew Scott and Jonathan Bailey, when you're watching them have sex with a man in a sex scene, you're like, you've done this before. I have a chance. Not exciting.
Yeah, not exciting. But you're forbidden fruit.
You're not supposed to do this. You had to overcome your own internalized homophobia to do this.
You had to get that
Bravo.
big straight dick to. I'm sorry.
You're brave.
You're brave. But this series is fun in that, the characters are great. Yes, like the the vibe, the internal monologue, the lens through which the protagonist, the audience character is very much like, if you hate the world too, you're going to love Murderbot.
And it feels very clear. I mean, you read the book, but I'm assuming he's going to start liking these people.
Oh yeah, of course. Like typical, them. Yes, wanting to protect them. They become like a family. The mystery, they talk a lot about the map anomalies, like how there's information missing on the map information they have. That becomes the core mystery. And like with this series, I only read the first book, but my understanding about the series eventually is a detective series. These are detective novels. Murderbot is essentially a mystery solver. And so it'll get into that more and more, which makes me like it even more in that it's the detective genre.
I also really like the Dot character from Suicide Squad is in this, that actor.
Yes. What's his name? David Dastmalchian. Yes.
Right, sure.
Yes, him.
And he plays an enhanced human who also has some robotics like built into himself, but they're not as good as his.
Yeah, well,
they
Murderbot,
have an interesting dynamic.
Murderbot, conversely, does have organic tissue as well. So, like, Murderbot isn't just all machine parts. Like, he's got, like, human stuff, too. Plus, it's Alexander Skarsgård. I mean, I'm saying, like, I know this thing is 75% metal, but 25% squishy.
But it's 100% hot.
But it's 100% Alexander Skarsgård, okay?
It's 100% beefcake.
100% sexy. 100% Nordic god.
Yeah. And he is the only, I'm trying to think. He's the only blonde, blue-eyed guy that I fall for. Most time, blonde, blue-eyed doesn't do it for me. But ever since his character showed up in True Blood, there was tinglings in my nether regions that I was like, what does this man do to me?
Another character, Alexander Skarsgård, is very good at playing like a condescending kind of superiority complex character. Very good at it. Eric from True Blood. Murderbot.
And the guy who blows up in a gas station in Zoolander.
That's right.
His best role ever.
That was him. Oh, stupid Zoolander. So Murderbot, check it out. Yes, I wish it didn't drop weekly. I wish they just did it all at once because it's very bingeable. The episodes are very short.
Yes.
You know?
Because I was like, I'll watch the first episode. And the next thing I knew, I was like, I just watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
It definitely has a very good, the way it ends, you're like, well, I need to fucking see what happens next.
Yeah. Well, speaking of weekly drops.
Wait, before you say.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Drag Race. There are too many shows right now.
What else are you watching?
Have you been watching? And I know people are like, you're watching that? I really like it. Overcompensating?
What? No, I want to.
With Benito, whatever his name is. I really like it. I think it's really fun.
I watched the scene where he requests, what song does he request from a DJ? And it's like the most cringy, awkward. And it's like, it's something about it that's so relatable. Oh, Spaceships by Nicki Minaj.
Spaceships by Nicki Minaj. Yeah. The other thing that's interesting about this is, and it's what, is I was like, oh, they're all too old to be playing these parts. I didn't realize he wrote this when he was like 23.
Oh, wow.
About his college life in 2012. Like it takes place in like 2012.
Oh, so it's his college experience.
So there's like a Pen 15 thing where you're like, oh, he's just reliving his time in college. So then I'm able to like forgive it and believe it. And the characters are really fun. But also, second season of Poker Face is out.
Oh, right. Speaking of detective stories.
And the fourth season of Couples Therapy is out. I don't know if you've ever watched that show.
No, I never did.
Have you ever watched that show?
No.
You need to watch it. It is very bold watching it with your husband because we're like, we're okay, right?
Yeah, the 4 seasons kind of got there a little bit. I was like, this.
Oh, I like the 4 seasons. Yeah, the 4 seasons are very like, ooh. But there's a lot of good TV on right now.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of good TV. It's hard to keep up.
Including Drag Race All-Stars 10 Bracket 2.
Drag Race. Bracket 2. I've been excited.
New girls.
I've been waiting for this because, as you know, I've known for a while. I knew for a while this was going to be the most messy of all the brackets.
Really?
Because it has Mistress and Nicole Page Brooks are just, they don't stop reading. They don't stop.
I know
reading
nothing
the
about
bitches
Nicole
for
Page
film.
Brooks. I know nothing, but she was feisty in the workroom.
Nicole Page Brooks, she was sent home in the second episode of season 2. But in that episode, they were like, who should go home? It was one of the first times they did I think they did do it in season 1 too, maybe, but they did the like, who should go home? And Nicole Page Brooks goes, fuck it, send them all home. Like, it was just such a great, she's like, send them all home. Like, she just knows, like, even this, you said you didn't watch The Untucked?
No, I did not.
In that one, fucking Nicole Page Brooks, they were like complaining about her hair wasn't big enough. And she's like, well, girl, I don't need big hair. I don't need to do big hair to cover up my seams and hems that were undone. And then just looks at Georges. And Georges was like, shut up. Like, and she's like, what? You told me that behind there. She's like, well, I didn't want you to like, like she just, like she has
Subtle.
there's no secrets. She will fucking say everything out loud. Because she's like, I'm fucking old. I don't give a shit. I know I'm not going to win this. Like, you know what I mean? She's like, I know I'm not going to win this fashion challenge. So I'm just going to talk shit.
Be an icon on TV.
And I love it for it. And then Mistress shows you, Mistress is like what Arietti thinks she wants to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mistress knows how to read bitches down. And Lydia still goes up and is like, can you be my drag mother? You know what I mean? Like, she's still...
She
like,
was so serious about that too. Like, she was like, this is my moment. I am asking for what I want.
Yeah. And in the Untucked, Mistress, they're like, who do you think is going to win? And Lydia's like, I feel I got good critiques. I could win. And Mistress is like, no, you couldn't because your hems are undone and this looks terrible and your hair's ratatouille and this is a fucking mess. There's no way you're going to win. And then they were like, does that bother you that she said that? And Lydia just goes, oh, you see, the thing is like, I don't care. And she goes, I love it when I'm read. And she's really good at reading me. So I think it's funny, but I don't care.
I love
and
Lydia.
She's like, because I know I'm sickening. And that's why I was like, I love Lydia Butthole Collins.
Yes.
Lydia Butthole Collins is the future of drag.
Yes, she is. And I was so excited that in this episode, she won.
She fucking won.
She took it all. She took the lip sync. She took the runway challenge. She took it all.
She shouldn't have won. Mistress should have won. I'm like, here's my thing with Mistress of why I don't think Mistress should have won. Mistress put 4 of her items inside a purse.
Yes.
She put blue tulle inside a purse.
She
That's
carried
cheating.
One of her items.
That's cheating. You didn't really use that.
You didn't incorporate.
Really use it.
Correct.
Yeah, it wasn't really incorporated. So that's why I'm totally fine with Lydia Butthole winning.
Tina Burnter and Mistress
Tina Burner, that's one of the most impressive. I'd say Utica had the most. Utica's sleeping bag dress is probably the best thing ever made on Drag Race.
Yeah.
But the fact that she did a zip up coat with lining and pants that don't have like a fucking
and high waisted pants,
goose knuckle,
right?
Very impressive. But once that the lip sync for the win,
Not
like
impressive.
Lydia just had it. Lydia had it.
Yeah. Lydia is such a surprisingly wonderful lip syncer. Ugh.
And I do love that this was filmed before her season aired.
Yeah.
So these bitches don't know anything except from a few clips that they're being shown of her. And so I just love that they're all seeing like, fuck, this bitch is really good. Fuck.
What about the drama between Tina Burner and Mistress Brooks? That got loud.
Here's the thing. Mistress, I do feel like putting up ugly pictures of Tina Burner. That's and this is going to sound mean. That's a little low hanging fruit. You know what I mean?
Of
I
course.
think it's punching down.
Yeah.
I think you should be coming for queens that maybe are a little bit more on your level. And I think Tina was coming at her being like, you're not on my level. And Tina, I just think isn't. I think Tina, everyone says if you go to New York and see her do a live show, she's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem is she's on Drag Race always serving looks, and it's just not her forte.
Yeah.
And I think that's why she was also in the top, is because everyone was so surprised.
Yeah.
It
It
was
seemed
like, oh
like
my God, you
though.
look great.
Did you like take away that like Mistress slipped into Tina's DMs and Tina was like, "Thanks but no thanks," and then Mistress
And
was
then
like,
she
"This
did
bitch is
that?
ugly." Yeah.
That 100% could be the case.
That's what
And
it felt
Tina
like.
said that she had the receipts of it.
Yeah.
And so maybe, which would
Maybe.
be hilarious. Because you know who Tina Burner's ex is.
Who?
Graham
I'm a
Norton.
Graham Norton. Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Before he was on Drag Race UK even.
Wow.
They dated like in the 2000s.
What?
They were like serious boyfriends.
By the way, my husband's coworker friend dated Olivia Lux. And I got some tea there,
Ooh.
but I won't say it on this show.
Oh, okay. Tell me after. Because she lives in
After.
New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
She's
just
in the same house with Aja.
the party I didn't go to. Suddenly Audrey's Oddball, which the theme this month was Avengers versus X-Men, and Olivia Lux was Storm. And she, and suddenly Audrey was Jean. They did a number to the whole like, let them weather your mind and mind your weather from X-Men 97. They did a whole goddamn number
God
based on it.
damn it. You missed it, you stupid little
And I
bitch.
missed it like a stupid bitch.
But anyway, back to this show.
Yeah.
This show is giving you, these queens are just serving like even Georges keeps being like, guys,
Georges.
I think the competition's really starting to heat up.
Okay,
Like, that's the
Georges.
like she just
So
is
funny.
like she's being really funny. Like Lydia is being great. Like this, I think
They're good
this
groupings.
it's a really good grouping.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Successful
I really like
season.
this. I really like this new format.
Same. Well, that's it. That's all we got.
Ended with gay shit because we're a
We
gay
ended with
show.
gay shit. That's right. Oh, how did the show get gay? I thought it was about comic books.
Oh, well, here's this thing, Brett. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you read comics,
Yeah.
well, then that makes you
Queer. Hey. Bye.
Bye.